Hi guys, in today's video we're talking about the other F word. That's right, we're talking about finances. This is my financial planner, and in today's video I am going to share with you the things that I do that help me stay organized doing my finances. Finances are very personal, so what worked for me might not work for you, and you have to find like what really works out for you so that you stay organized and on top of your finances. I can only hope that it can help someone watching this video right now. So on to my financial planner. As you can see, this is my happy planner, and I had bought these rings a very long time ago, and when I first bought them I thought that I was going to use this planner as my memory keeping planner because they're so big. I just felt at that time that I was going to be able to just store a whole lot of stuff in here. But I ended up making this my budget planner, and it stays at home, it doesn't go anywhere, it's pretty big. I have added a couple of other inserts in my planner. It's not too big, but I am sure by the time the year is over it's going to be a little bulkier, hence the need for my bigger rings. By the way, they are rose gold and I love them. This planner had a different cover that I made for it so that it would match the strings, but it didn't work out too well. You know what? I actually made a video and I can link that down below in the description box. It wasn't working out for me because it would get stuck. I bought this from Stylish Planners, and I had the option to put whatever I wanted here, and what I did, I just put the phrase "just do it," because you know, if you're gonna be honest, there's no way around finances. You either do it or you don't. And I choose to do it because if I don't get on top of my finances, guess what? The finances will get on top of me, and I don't like that. This cover, it's literally me. If I can walk around with a blanket, I would. And I swear this looks like me when I wake up, and the back has her as well. I love me this clip art. You will find me with sunglasses everywhere, my hair not necessarily done, and wrapped around either a big sweater or a nice blanket, just like her. I love her. Okay, too much about the cover. This cover page is part of another planner that I have included in here, and I could show you that in a different video later on, but it's serving me a great purpose right now because I love the softness of it. I put my name on it, and I love this eyelashes that I placed in here as a sticker, but I just love it. All right, so I love this because I love having at a glance view, just as the calendar. I don't do any special markings of any kind. I do that in my other planner. I don't do any comments anywhere. I just want to be able to see the dates because this is my finance planner. And something else, so I will show you what else I have in a different video. Then I have the main budget planner page. This came in a pack on its own, and that's what I added on, and I'm trying to use that. I want to try to find my groove because before I used to have a different planner, but now I really want to be able to customize it even more so that it fits what I need. Having said that, this package came with 6 months. Okay, so I am going to show you the current month. The pack itself, it comes with only 6 months at a time, which work great because I think, you know, it's enough time. The planner come with its own finance stickers, and I'll show you that's what I put on here. It's undated, and let me show you this. There they are right here. This is what it come with. I mean, I've used a couple of them as well because I will label them. I like that they're undated, and since it's almost February, I'm in the process of setting up my planner. So you know what? Let me just set up my pages right now with you right now. I'm gonna use these Life Organized stickers. I love these. I use this in my bullet journal, but they also have these phrases right here. I have to say this part of my planner is not highly decorated because it's pretty functional, so I just want what I need in here. But let me show you what it looks like in my bullet journal. Okay, this is how it's looking like in my February setup for my bullet journal, but I am going to do this with you guys right now. So okay, I said I wasn't gonna do it, but I have this one here too, because you know I'm all for using our stickers. If we don't use our stickers, they're gonna go to waste. So let me use this pretty page somewhere, because it's just really cute. Look at this. All right, hold on. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it just as is right here right now, because like I said, it's not too decorative. This planner is not to look pretty. This is my functional planner for my finances. So what I want to go over the details of how I do things that I do to keep me on track. One of the first things that I think that I want to say is that I don't have any outstanding loans of any kind. No car loans, nothing. I don't have any of that stuff. And I can proudly say I have been debt free. I have been able to manage my finances well enough so that I don't have the burden of like having to pay off a loan or having that. Having said that, that doesn't mean that I don't have to keep track of my monthly bills. You know, we'll have to pay for light and our cell phones, and those regular bills I do pay for on a monthly basis. Now, I'm not saying that I have always been debt free. I'm saying is that I am debt free, and I'm trying to stay that way. Three main things that, like, at one point I said there's no way, like once I learned how this business of like loans work, and you need to read the fine print, ladies. Once you learn the how they work, it's a business. You know, they want to make money off of you. And once I realized that, that's when I said, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. So I used to have credit cards. I had student loans. I had debt that I decided, it was my own personal decision, that I said, that's it, no more. And there were three main things that I did to come out of debt, and I like to share that with you guys. Okay, first and foremost, you have to see how much money you owe. You have to know how much money you owe, because if you don't, you will not be able to create a plan. So you see how much you owe, you know, you gather all your bills and you said, oh my God, this credit card, I owe this much, you know, and do it that way. That's step number one. Step number two, now you have to create a plan, and you have to say, holy moly, how am I gonna get rid of this debt? How am I gonna pay for it? So like I said at the beginning of the video, what works for me might not work for you. But what worked for me, I had to create a plan. And I said to myself, you know what? I need to see, after I found out how much money I owed, I created a budget that allowed me to make payments in a consistent basis, because I needed to stick to it. And I'm gonna say it again, stick to it. I created a budget and I stuck to my budget. So let's say, and what I remember when I decided that I had to start paying it off, I took the smallest bill that I had. Like, I know people go based on the rates that they pay a month. I didn't. What I did, I said, okay, like I remember at that time, my smallest bill was $300. So I took that bill and I made a plan for it, and I said, okay, this is how I'm gonna pay it. And then I paid that one off. And once I paid that one off, I went to the next bill and the next bill and the next bill. So the bills got bigger, but as they got bigger, I stuck to the plan that I had created, and I said, this is how much money I am going to put towards my bill, and I did that every single month. Then step number three, you execute, meaning, okay, now I know how much I owe. Now I have a plan, but now I have to see how I'm gonna stick to my plan. And what I did for myself, I just control my spending. I knew that if I had a card in my wallet, it was very easy for me to go ahead and swipe it and be like, okay. So one of the first things I did, I just took my card out of my wallet. I took it out of my wallet. I decided that I was not going to use any of my credit cards, and the one card that was linked to my bank account, I never had it on my person. So if I needed to use my card, I knew that I had to go back home. I knew that I had to take a trip to the bank, and just that made me not want to spend money. I allowed myself to have some cash in my wallet. So if I could not pay for it, I did not spend it. And that's still the mentality that I have today. If I don't have the money to pay for something, I just won't spend the money. So I knew that I needed to control my spending, and that's how I did it. Another thing that I found myself doing, I found myself saying no to a lot of things. You know, peer pressure could be very heavy on you sometimes, but I learned to say no. If there was a trip that, you know, my friends were going to or whatever, I knew that I had a plan, and I knew that I had to stick to my plan. So I would say no a lot. And I did that until I got rid of all my debt. I mean, now, like I said no to a lot of things, but now that's why you see me going everywhere, because I don't have a debt. I have a lot of more things that I could use my money to. I wanted to share with you, but again, keep in mind, what works for me might not work for you. So this is how I am doing my finances a month now. So I create a monthly overview because I want to see when a certain bill is due. I also want to see, let's say there's a wedding coming up or a birthday party that I have to go to. I plan ahead and I said, okay, this is how much money I am going to spend on this gift, or this is how much money I'm going to spend in a particular week. So I give myself a budget per week for my own spending, you know, the coffee shop and the cute stuff and, you know, stickers allowance, because you know you have to be very kind to yourself as well. You work hard for your money, you need to reward yourself. So that's what I do. I budget that in as well. So once I know what my month is going to look like financially, then I stick to that budget and then I execute. So this is how I execute. Well, I started writing things down here, but you know, again, finances are really personal, and I keep it personal, okay? And what works for me might not work for you. So I'm only saying this so that if you find it helpful, then you could implement it in your own planning. But by no means I am saying that this is going to work for you. So these pages, again, they come in that financial pack from the Happy Planner. Of course, I have to make it cute with stickers, but this wash sheet that you see here, these are my bills. I know they're not that many now but at one point, guys, I had a lot of bills, but as of right now, these are what my bills look like. And what I do, I get paid twice a month. So the first paycheck of every month, I know that I have to pay for this, and on the second paycheck, this is what I'm gonna pay for. All right? Okay, but there are miscellaneous things that show up or I just didn't plan for, and that's what will go in here. If I have any notes or anything that's financially related to the bills I need to pay for the month, or any financial responsibility that I have in that particular month, it will go on here. So I divide 2 pages. I want one paycheck for one purpose and the next paycheck for something else. All right, and of course I gotta make it look cute. Now, these pages here, these are my expense trackers, and I have a tracker for what I pay in cash, and another tracker for things that come directly out of my bank account. And that's another thing, I have set some automatic deductions that come out of my paycheck before I even see my paycheck. That way I don't have to worry about that. I have my savings that go to different savings accounts. I have just a couple of things, without going into details, that I choose to have it deducted from my paycheck before I see my paycheck. So I know once I get whatever amount I'm getting for that particular paycheck, I already have a plan for it, and I know that there's nothing extra that needs to be paid that's not gonna be paid because everything is already taken care of before I get my money. All right, so one for cash and one for things that come out of my bank account. Again, if I don't have the money, it's not happening. Now, the pack comes with extra expense trackers. Again, you know, if it works. Oh, and what I do like about this tracker is that it gives you this. It's like the date, the amount, the category, cash, credit. I'm never using the credit. Debit, do I need it or do I want it? You know, a lot of my Etsy purchases is not because I need them, but because I want them. But when I start seeing a lot of wants here and not a lot of needs, then it's a problem, all right? But I do keep track of this because if things, you know, if my spending changes, then I need to readjust my monthly finance calendar. All right, so again, I do allow myself for purchases because, like I said, I do work hard for my money and I do treat myself very well, and I'm very kind to myself. So that would be my recommendation to you. Number one, you stay organized, but number two, you have to love yourself and you have to reward yourself within your means, of course, so that you don't feel like you're just working to pay bills, because that's not healthy either. All right, so we have that here, and then at the end they have this month at a glance. Hold on a second, where is it? So if I had trouble in any of that, then I'll put it right here. Or what could I improve this month, or what goals can I set for next month? So it gives me a chance to plan. Like if something changed automatically, then, you know, I will go ahead and I will do that. But this is how I keep on track, and then you start on the next month. But this is how I keep track. This here this is where I keep all my receipts and all of the things that I need to reference. For whatever reason. But one of the newest things that I started doing, because if I made a purchase or whatever, I will take a picture of my receipt, because I don't walk around with a scanner. You know, some people have a scanner and they scan it right away, but I will keep my receipt. I will take a picture of my purchase or whatever, and then I'll send it to my email, and within my email I have different categories: groceries or leisure or house or whatever, and then I'll put that picture in that folder. So if I need to reference it, then I just go to my email and I search through my folders, and it works for me. Okay, so going back to this page right here, this is where I use these stickers for. I like that they have this little, you know, payday stickers. I will put it wherever my paydays are, of course. Like I said, every paycheck has already an assignment if I should yeah, because it's like I said here, yeah, because in here, you know, I already know what my first paycheck is paying for bill wise, and then I know what this paycheck is paying for. So every paycheck has an assignment, so I'll put my paydays in there, where my bills are due, if I paid it or not, if I made a purchase, then I'll use these little tiny stickers that I love so much. I love them. But the purpose of this is to give me a visual of what my financial month is gonna look like. And this is how I keep organized and how I manage my finances. Again, what works for me might not work for you, but by doing this every time, this is how I've managed to stay out of debt for this long. So my advice to you would be, just stay organized. Just create a budget and stick to it. That's the key. You stick to your budget. I mean, and if you can, go right ahead and set up like automated deductions coming out of your paycheck, be it for savings or for whatever it is. Just set it so that by the time you get your money, it's already taken care of and you don't worry. So you focus more on repaying your debt and doing what it is that works for you. When I make these videos, I just hope that at least if I could help one person, I feel good about it, right? So if you have different ways that you stay organized and different ways that you do your finances, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what works for you, because I know I am always learning from people, and if I can learn something from you, that would also be great. All right, so leave me a comment down below. I hope that I helped at least one person, and if I did, give this video a thumbs up, and as per usual, I will put more pictures in my Instagram account. I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.